Hello, my name is Elijah Ramos, and today I will be going over math for grades 5th and 6th. I will be covering a wide range of topics in math for ages 5th and 6th, and after each video segment for 5th and 6th grade, the answers will be provided for the work that I have done. Thank you for watching. Alright, welcome back. Today what we're going to be going over is subtracting decimals. So, with subtracting decimals, it's exactly like adding decimals. It's just subtraction. So when we added decimals, our first thing we did was bring down our decimal point, which I have done right here in the first example. And now what we can do is start subtracting. So we would do subtracting like we would normally do subtracting from right to left. So we start with 5 minus 0, which gives us 5. 3 minus 4. But since you cannot take away 4 from 3, we need to borrow from the 2 to make, and that makes it the 2 a 1, and the 3 now a 13. And now we can subtract. 13 minus 4 would give us 9. And now we go on to the next one. 1 minus 7. We cannot take away 7 from 1, so we borrow from the 7, and that makes it a 6. And the 1 now becomes an 11. And now we have 11 minus 7, which gives us 4. And 6 minus 5 gives us 1, with our final answer being 14.95. For our next one, we have 89.02 minus 11.21. So we bring down our decimal point, and now we subtract. 2 minus 1 gives us 1. 0 minus 2, we cannot subtract that, so we borrow from the 9, which makes it an 8. And this makes the 0 a 10. So now we can subtract. 10 minus 2 gives us 8. 8 minus 1 gives us 7. And 8 minus 1 gives us 7 again, for our final answer being 77.81. For our next one, we have 114 minus 92.55. So first, what we need to do is drop our decimal point, since they're both in the same place. And now we can subtract. 0 minus 5, we cannot subtract, so we need to borrow. And that makes this a 9. So, and the 0 now becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 gives us 5. 9 minus 5 gives us 4. 4 minus 2 gives us 2. 1 minus 9 we cannot do, so we borrow from the 1, making that a 0, and the 1 an 11. And 9 minus 11 gives us 2. For a final answer of 22.45. For the next one, we have 81.37 minus 65.20. So we bring down our decimal point first, and now we subtract. 7 minus 0 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 minus 5 we cannot subtract because 1, you cannot take away 5 from 1, so we borrow from the 8, which makes it a 7, and the 1 an 11. 11 minus 5 gives us 6, and 7 minus 6 gives us 1, for a final answer of 16.17. For our next one, we can bring down our decimal point since they're in the same place and start subtracting. 3 minus 8 we cannot do because you cannot take away 8 from 3, so we borrow from here. And we borrow from the 5 to make that a 4. So that becomes a 9, and this a 13. So 13 minus 8 gives us 5. 9 minus 1 gives us 8. And we should take away this and make that a 14. 14 minus 9 gives us 5. Final answer, 5.85. For our next one, we have 7.98 minus 2.11. So we bring down our decimal point, and now we subtract. 8 minus 1 gives us 7. 9 minus 1 gives us 8. And 7 minus 2 gives us 5. Final answer, 5.87. For our next one, we have 91.23 minus 8.87. So we bring down our decimal point, and we start subtracting. 3 minus 7 we cannot do because 7 cannot be taken away from 3. So we borrow from the 2, making that a 1, and the 3 a 13. 13 minus 7 gives us 6. 1 minus 8 we cannot do because you can't take away 8 from 1, so we borrow again, making that a 0, and this a 1. An 11. 11 minus 8 gives us 3. And now we have to borrow and make this an 8 and this a 10 because we cannot take away 8 from 0. So 10 minus 8 gives us 2. And 8 minus 0 gives us 8 for a final answer of 82.36. And for our last example today, we have 76.54 minus 223.46. So we start by dropping our decimal, and now we subtract. 4 minus 6 we cannot solve because you can't take away 6 from 4, so we borrow from the 5, and we make that a 4 and this a 14. So 14 minus 6 gives us 8. 4 minus 4 gives us 0. 6 minus 3 gives us 3. And 7 minus 2 gives us 5, for a final answer of 53.08. Now that I have done some examples of subtracting decimals, I hope this helps you get a better understanding of how to solve decimals when you subtract. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video once again, and don't forget to like and share this video with your family and friends, and to comment down below on what you'd like me to cover in future videos. And remember to wash your hands, stay inside, and if at all possible, if you have to go out, keep a distance of 6 feet away from others. Thank you guys. See you later.